With retrospective, if you're going to do a video CV, don't do it recording it in the office that you're currently working at. Hi and welcome back to the show. My name is Mark Leruste and I'm the founder and host of The Unconventionalists. Up until last night, I was nursing a pretty heavy case of food poisoning. In fact, at one point, I woke up my girlfriend so bad that she thought I was turning Walking Dead style. I got a text message last night at 7 p.m. letting me know that I was invited to share the stage with this guy.
I just thought we'd just ask you a few questions. Give us a little bit about who you are and your background.
And I guess the background story is, like anything, I started my first job out of uni, thinking I'd landed my dream job. Have you ever opened a newspaper and you've got a special advertisement section at the top that says, come and invest in the Gambia, or go to Kazakhstan, the beacon of hope of Central Asia? Ever read those kind of reports? And we only had 4 to 6 months to produce anything from $700,000 revenue to $1 million. That was my first experience. And I guess after that, I joined INSEAD, the graduate business school. If anyone here heard of INSEAD? If you've got an MBA, 100% you would have heard of them. Then I had the #1 graduate business school, and I was in charge of selling executive education programs, and it was anything from 4 weeks, which was worth 42,000 euros, or a 1-week program, which was up to 15,000 euros. And I generated 6 million euros a year in revenue. And after that, I was kind of a bit tired of the 9 to 5 behind the desk kind of thing. And I had this crazy idea, which doesn't sound so crazy today, but back then it was a little bit more crazy. I did a video CV, which was in 2011. So back then everybody thought I was insane, that I was very stupid to do so. With retrospective, if you're going to do a video CV, don't do it recording it in the office that you're currently working at, which you're trying to leave, which I didn't really calculate until someone burst open into the open space and said, oh my God, I saw your video CV, it's amazing. And I was a little bit embarrassed. But it worked, it went viral, and I tweeted it to Adam Garrodi.
How many people watched your CV?
200,000, wow. 200,000, yeah. Got an interview with a co-founder in London because I sent a tweet to Adam Garrodi, the CEO. And as I got there, I basically complained that there was no Movember Foundation in France. I couldn't understand how they'd been in Belgium. No offense to Belgium, love you Belgians. But it wasn't in France, it just wasn't normal. And so after a long conversation with the co-founder, he basically put his hand across the table and said, welcome to the team, mate. Is that a good Australian accent? It's about as good as it's going to get. And the mission was to launch the foundation across France. I was also given Spain, Switzerland, and Belgium. And the big challenge was, well, not only do you not have an individual fundraising culture in France, so you're dealing with a huge, talking about buying environment was non-existent in France. You're also dealing with a country that doesn't get the joke about a moustache. Because most people rock moustaches there. So they're like, we don't get it. You grow a moustache and how does that raise awareness? And so, thanks to our team, we managed to raise 2.8 million euros in just under 4 years, and we got 110,000 people to sign up.
What's next for you?
So I'm launching and building a kind of a media coaching business, I guess. And I've launched a podcast. So if you've all got an iPhone, I can all guide you through this. You take your iPhones out, you launch your podcast app, and then you look at The Unconventionalists. There's an amazing interview with a man called Daniel Priestley. You might have heard of him. And yeah, so I've got a podcast where I'm doing interviews, and I've got a YouTube channel where I interview people like Daniel Priestley. And we talk about things like the challenges of fatherhood and running a business and what it takes to sort of scale and get your message out there.
Right. And your core business is coaching and training.
Yeah, so I work with organizations like General Assembly, Escape the City, L'Oreal, Intuit, for those of you in the financial software company. And there's this phenomenon that's happening with millennials. So they bring me in to talk about what does it mean to do meaningful work.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. That's right, I was invited by Daniel Priestley from Dent to share the stage with him, to share my story about what I learned over the last 10 years of working in campaign-driven enterprises, along with what I've been up to now through The Unconventionalists. And it was amazing to speak to about 100 entrepreneurs. It's one of the best workshops I've attended. It was the perfect timing to what I was looking for my business and a lot of clarity. And I also met really interesting entrepreneurs on the day. And they reminded me that, when we're trying to build our own businesses, it can be easy to stay behind our computers, stay at home, maybe even go to a local coffee shop, but then we forget to go out there and meet people, to network with other people. For example, I met Ravinol, who is an Irish award-winning entrepreneur, filmmaker, whose mission is to create great stories through visual impact. And he gave me his brochure, so go and check out his website. Hats off for having a brochure on him, Be Inspired Films. But we spent about an hour just connecting and speaking about what we've been up to, kind of a vision, our missions, and he's going to come on the podcast, so check him out soon, and maybe we'll do some work together too. I also met the author of Stuffed. It's a new book coming out, and there's actually a testimonial on the front page cover from the creator of Prison Break, which is pretty cool, and I'm sure I'll be inviting her on the show too. But the bottom line is, you just never know how life is going to turn out or what life is going to throw at you. One day you could be down on your knees, absolutely puking your guts out. The next you're on stage, sharing the stage with the best-selling author, speaking to 100 entrepreneurs about this crazy journey that we've decided to call life and starting our own business. Shout out to my table neighbor, Thomas, by the way. And as if I couldn't finish the day any better, I went off to meet up the Purple Emperors, the 35 people I had the honor to coach over 12 weeks over the course of last year. And it was just so amazing to reconnect with them and get to say hi and hug them and tell them how much I miss them and how much I'm proud of them. So Purple Emperors, if you're watching this, you know I've told you I love you and I miss you, and you're just all amazing. Really, you're all amazing. So that's it. A bit of a weird one this week, but I just wanted to share the raw feeling that it feels from going from really down to really high. And as Daniel said today, you know, this journey can sometimes feel like I'm amazing to I'm dying to I'm amazing to I think I'm dying. And I think that's what we can all relate to. So keep at it. You never know what's around the corner. And leave a comment below to share a story of an up and down moment on your entrepreneurial journey. And if you've got any questions or something you'd like me to cover in the next video, put your comment below this video. I look forward to it. And until next time, remember, it's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. And finally, I finished off the day by going on... And finally, I went...